What's up, Bills Fanatics? My name is Humza Rana. Welcome back to our Fantasy Football Weekly Podcast. Now, last video ran a little bit longer than I wanted to, so we're going to get right into the facts. Okay, number one. Now, do you want the good news or bad news for Todd Gurley? I'm going to start with the bad news, and we're going to build up from there. The bad news is Todd Gurley is the number one fumbling running back in the league. He's fumbled the ball 3 times, but it hasn't really affected your fantasy scores yet because he only lost 1 fumble. But that's still a bad sign because as a running back, fumbles the ball over and over again. We've seen time and time again coaches love to pull the plug on him. But the thing is, it's gonna be hard to do so. Now this is the good news. We're getting into the good part of it. He is the only other running back outside of superstar on the scene out of nowhere, rookie running back Kareem Hunt, to be doing what he's doing right now. He has had 100 receiving yards and 100 rushing yards. You know, like I said, Kareem Hunt's the only other guy to do that. And we all know how coveted he is. So, that's amazing to see. He's really come into his own as a young running back, as a young, blossoming running back. And I hope he's going to keep doing that. You just got to hold on to the ball, man. Just, tuck it, look at it, hold on to it, sleep with the football. Just don't fumble the ball for all our fantasy players out there, fantasy people out there. All right, next. Antonio Brown, Tarik Cohen. Most of you guys are, why? If I told you about this earlier in the season, you would have been like, who's Tarik Cohen? Is that Antonio Brown's assistant? Is that his friend? Who is this guy? Who are you talking about right now? No, Antonio Brown and Tarik Cohen share one of the biggest and the most important statistics in the wide receiver category, and that's receptions. Yes, both of them have 16 receptions each. Tarik Cohen, rookie sensation, 4th round pick. Now, I've been using the word sensation a lot these days because I'm super excited about these young guys coming in and stepping up the way they have been. 60 receptions, back-to-back 8 reception games. He's doing his thing over there with the Chicago Bears offense that is decimated by injuries. Cameron Meredith went down, man. Kevin White, again he went down. That promising receiver is again gone. So he's coming into his own, and he's doing what we've seen time and time again over the last 10 years in the NFL. Kevin Falk with the Patriots back in the day. Danny Woodhead, wherever he goes, he does that. And Darren Sproles in his prime, he's doing that to a whole different extent right now. And I think the increase in receptions and the level of reception he's received has to do a lot with Glennon. Now, Glennon is the 3rd most passing quarterback in the NFL after Rodgers and Dak Prescott. If he's going to keep throwing the ball that way, you better believe that Cohen's going to keep getting the ball the way he has been. So that's a prospect you guys got to really look into and really, you got to trade for him and pick up because people don't understand this guy's going to keep getting this big flow of reception. He even stole carries from Jordan Howard, and he did better as a running back than Jordan Howard last week too. So with that being said, let's move on to my next favorite running back. Yeah, this segment kind of looks like a running back segment because the receivers, there's so much depth. Like I said, quarterbacks are throwing about 45 to 50 times a game. Oh, is that my fantasy alert? I'm going to check that out. Game starting soon. But next running back, Derrick Henry. Now, guys, this is big. Now, I didn't realize how big this was until I started getting into the stats and reading a lot more about the news. Now, Derrick Henry has had 20 carries for 117 yards and 1 touchdown. Now, let me read you Murray's stats. Murray had 21 carries, just 1 more carry, for 69 yards and 0 touchdowns. See the difference? And it's good. It just happened to work out that way. They both got the same amount of carries, and Henry is producing at a whole different level, doubling him in yards almost. He has 1 touchdown. Derrick Murray has absolutely none. And last game was huge too. Derrick Henry killed. He had 14 carries for about 92 yards. This dude was killing it. Average runs per carry were 6.5, killing the game. Whereas DeMarco Murray, 9 carries for 25 yards. This guy's not even close, with when it came to number of carries or yards. Now, he went down with a hamstring injury, which I'm going to touch base on in a little bit. But you got to look in the numbers, too. 14 carries. 7 out of those 14 carries were first downs. Now, that's a big deal. My man is, when he's going on the field, when his number is called, he is producing. He's efficient, and coaches love that. So every time he's getting his name called, he's moving the chains. And with DeMarco Murray, like I talked about, his hamstring injury, which has kept him out of preseason and training camp all year, that's coming up again. DeMarco Murray has more and more chances to slowly just take more and more carries and take over the role as the starting running back for the Tennessee Titans. Now, the reason why I had to emphasize the hamstring injury, we all know how that is, man. Like, Jordy Nelson just got a quad injury. Like, the leg injuries, these strains, yeah, they look day-to-day, they look week-to-week, but a player's never the same. Yes, it's a nagging injury, and, the demand is there, the big contract, they're a big part of the offense. They're pushed and asked to come back a little bit earlier than they need to be, and then they have to be. And it affects their game overall. And I think with this happening the way it is and Derrick Henry performing the way he is, he's going to take over that role. And finally, we are ending the show quick right now because I just want to end with an alert. Andy Dalton. What is going on, man? This dude has 0 touchdowns on the season. Even my man Hogan. Who's Hogan? The backup quarterback, the Kaiser on the Browns has a touchdown, and this guy has 0. 4 interceptions. He's the second most sacked quarterback in the NFL with 8 sacks. So overall, it's not just Dalton's play is bad. He's not producing. The offensive line isn't doing much. Now, what comes with a quarterback and offensive line that's faulty? Everybody gets affected. Yes, AJ Green. Yes, Mixon. Yes, Jeremy Hill. Yes, Giovanni Bernard. All of these guys are going to be affected because of this lack of stability on the offensive line, lack of performance by them, and Dalton just not being confident and stepping in his throws. Maybe it's the game planning. Maybe Marvelous his job is done. I don't know what it is. But right now, if I own any Bengals player or anybody on that offense, I'd be wary. I will bench him for a little bit. You gotta wait on that, man. This is disappointing and it's scary to see. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys had a good time listening to some of the things. I wanted to be quick with it this time. I'm gonna start doing some Q&As on Facebook Live, and you guys might have heard some music early on, and you hear the music right now. You vibe into that, right? So what I'm trying to do from a week-to-week basis is, if you know any local artists, DJs, singers, anybody who has a passion, who has good material, and they just wanna get the name out there, get the word out there, send that my way. I'm gonna try to put a new person every day in the beginning and end of my segments, and to put the link in the bio to give them a shout out, because this is the Bills Fanatics. We are your blog, and we are trying to support everything Buffalo related. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Humza. This is Bills Fanatics, and see you next week.